What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today is main deck Monday. I know we are a day behind. If you watched my video yesterday, I explained why, and I apologize for that once again here. But today we are looking at a Regice Miltank Vileplume deck, and before we start talking about it, this is actually Rodolfo Falcon. Hopefully I pronounce his name right here, Rodolfo Falcon. Supposedly, we're gonna say he did here. He used his deck to make top 8 at Houston Regionals, which is amazing. And as you see here, this is actually a standard deck. So he made top 8 at an expanded tournament with a standard deck, which is crazy here. It just shows you the true power of Vileplume here. And we'll go over the deck here right now. So of course, our main attacker here is going to be Regice. It has the first attack Ice Beam, 30 damage, flip a coin if heads, the active Pokemon is now paralyzed. And the second attack is Resistance Blizzard, does 70 damage during your opponent's next turn, prevent all effects of attacks including damage done to this Pokemon by Pokemon EX. Now this deck was really great because the majority of the Pokemon in the game are EX Pokemon. I mean, like, we have the Keldeo, we have Darkrai, Yveltal, Mew, Mega Manectric, kind of blanking out there, but those are like the main attacks we saw over the weekend. And Regice makes it where they can't hurt him, which is great here. So now you don't have to worry about like Yveltal, maybe Blastoise, Articuno, and other stuff like that, which they don't really do that much damage. I mean, the Blastoise and stuff do, but we have other ways around that to kind of beat Blastoise here, and that's why Regice is a great attacker overall. Now, the deck also plays Vileplume here. Now, if you're new and don't know what Vileplume does, it makes it where each player can't play an item cards from his or her hand. Now, if you get Vileplume turn 1, you kind of shut down so many decks because they're so item reliant. I mean, you have VerseSeeker, you have Ultra Ball, you have Trainer's Mail, Acrobike, the Switch, Level Ball, Ultra Ball, the list goes on and on. Spirit Links, Dark Patch, Lasers, Crushing Hammer, and Hand Stammers. All those item cards your opponent can't play anymore because of Irritating Pollen, which is great here. So if you get this turn 1 against a Blastoise deck, there's no way they can Archies. Like, it's literally impossible for them to get their hand down to 1 in Archies ever. Like, unless they have, like, they have to sick them away a Blastoise and the next turn, like, manually play their hand down to 1 card and then Archie, which is, like, never going to happen here. And this is why Vileplume is so great here. The deck does play 2 Shaman to help set up, of course, and it plays 1 Miltank here. Now, Miltank has the attack Powerful Friends, it needs 1 energy, and if you have any stage 2 Pokemon on your bench, which is Vileplume, this attack does 70 more damage, which is 80. Now, the main reason why Miltank, I think, is in here, I haven't talked to Rodolfo, is it Rodolfo? Rodolfo. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. I haven't talked to him about it. I'm not sure his exact deck list or why he played these cards. But Powerful Friends does 80, which can actually do a lot of damage to an Aegislash here. Now, Aegislash has that Mighty Shield ability, which makes it where you can't be hurt by Pokemon with special energies. So you either have to power up a Regice manually with 3 energies, or you can use Miltank here and use Power Friends that way. And that's all our Pokemon here. Like I said, our main attacker is Regice, and our main support Pokemon is Vileplume. This basically shuts down EX Pokemon and all item cards. So now all they can do is play a support card and attach energy for the turn. And maybe play an ability if they have enough cards in their hand, or if they can search for that Shaman here. And that's another cool thing with Vileplume here. It makes it where your opponent can't search for any Pokemon, so you have to manually draw into it. Now it plays 3 Level Balls, search deck for Pokemon 90 HP or less, and this could get you the Gloom, the Oddish, and that's about it. Oh, Miltank has 100 HP, yeah. So Gloom and Oddish, but turn 1, Level Ball, try to play those as quickly as you can. One switch, just in case you start with somebody you don't want to, you can switch into Regice or Miltank. And the cool thing about Miltank is you can attack turn 1 with it. Regice you obviously can't because it needs 3 energies. Miltank just needs the 1, which is great here. For Trainer's Mail, look at the top 4 cards of your deck and put a training card in there, and you might be squeaky. Why does that matter? Like, you're playing trainer cards that you can't play. Well, this is just to help you get that turn 1. I mean, you can get a Force of Giant Plant, you can get an Ultra Ball, you get a Level Ball to help secure that turn 1 of Vileplume. 1 Via Seeker, and this is kind of like a weird card for sure. You can use it, like, if you AZ up a Vileplume, you can then use AZ for a supporter card, which is great here. Like I said, I haven't talked to him about it. Maybe cut the Via Seeker. It's really kind of weird for sure. This is like the kind of stuff like I'm not really sure if this is true or not. Like the one Hex Maniac, it shuts down each player's abilities. Like I'm not sure what you want to shut down. Like, don't get me wrong, there's probably stuff you want to shut down here. Like, maybe turn one, you can, like, if you whiff the Vileplume, you can Hex Maniac, make it where they can't use, like, Shamans and Hoopas and stuff like that to kind of slow them down that way. If you do miss a Hex Maniac, maybe you want a Hex Maniac to put down a Muscle Man to take a knockout or something. There's a lot of weird stuff you can do. And I didn't talk about AZ at all. Put one Pokemon into your hand. And this is obviously going to pick up Vileplume here. Or maybe if they live or something up like a Vileplume, you can AZ it back up here. And what you can do is you can AZ up a Vileplume if it is an active spot or on the bench and put down like a Muscle Band, maybe use that VS Seeker, maybe use a Level Ball, Ultra Ball, whatever you need, and then you can put it back down because of Force of Giant Plants. One Lysander, which like I said, I really don't like this at all. Like you only have one, and you only have one Burst Seeker, so you only have options to two of them. I really like to play like 2 or 3 Lysanders in the deck. 3 Birch, flip a coin if heads, draw 7, if tails, draw 4. Now, this is the only difference we made with his deck. He did play 2 Birch and 1 Shauna, and as you see here, I went for 3 Birch because I hate Shauna. We all know this. If you're new to the channel, I don't like Shauna at all. I'd rather risk it to get the biscuit, and so we play Professor Birch here. 4 Sycamore, of course, discard your hand, draw 7 cards. And this is another kind of weird card here. Team Flagrant, discard energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Once again, I'm not really sure what he was trying to go here with the Team Flagrant. I don't know. Maybe like if you discard an energy, they can't draw into another one. I don't know. There's definitely a reason behind it. I'm not like bashing him at all. Like I just don't know why. Like the Hex Maniac, I can kind of see for sure. Like turn 1, use it to shut down Shamans if you don't get Vileplume out. But the Team Flagrant, maybe cut it for second Lysander. I'm not sure. Maybe he'll respond. Maybe he'll do an interview with him. I haven't set an interview with him at all. So maybe if he does an interview, he can explain his deck a little bit better than I can because he is the one that piloted it. 4 Force of Giant Plants here. You evolve your Grass Pokemon on the first turn, you put it down. And this is how you can go Oddish Gloom Vileplume on the very first turn, which is great here. 2 Muscle Band just to do that extra 20 damage if you need to. This actually helps you knock out an EX in 2 turns. You can do Resistance Blizzard for 90, and then you use Resistance Blizzard again for another 90. So 90, 90, 180, knocks out the majority of Pokemon. EX Pokemon, which is great here. 4 DC and 6 Water Energies. And that's the whole deck here. Like I said, not my creation is Rodolfo's, who got top 8 at Houston Regionals. I'm not sure what he played against or anything. I'm not even sure what he lost to in top 8. There's probably ways I can look up here, but this is the deck here. It is obviously really good here. I mean, there's 300 and something, like 360 or 350 Masters, and he got top 8 with it, which is great for him. So congratulations to him. And this, like, it's kind of like a rogue deck. It's kind of like a main deck. It made top 8, so we're going to put it in the main deck category for right now. Some people might argue as a rogue deck here, but hope you enjoy this deck, and let's see it in action. Alrighty, so putting against Cord, playing a Dark Colors deck, call heads like always, and we're going first. Alright, so our turn here. Okay. We'll start Regice, of course. We actually have a really good turn 1. The only thing we'll have to do is discard the Lysander, and hopefully our top deck has something else we can Ultra Ball away. We'll keep the Shaman in our hand, of course. Draw a Mulligan card. Okay. Alright, so we see Malamar, okay. So get down the Force of Giant Plants. Love a ball here to grab an Oddish. Love a ball here. We got the turn 1 Vileplume. That's great. To get the Gloom. We'll put down the Gloom. Ultra Ball these 2 away. And here we'll get a Vileplume. We'll put down the Water Energy. And I'm actually going to Shaman first and then play the Vileplume just in case we draw into a Muscle Band or Trainer's Mail. As we see, we draw into a Trainer's Mail there. Here we'll grab the Sycamore for next turn if we need to. And here we'll put down the Vileplume, and we'll end our turn here. So turn 1 Vileplume. We got a DC next turn to put on the Malamar. The only thing I'm scared of is this Hyper Hypnosis. When he attaches the energy to it, our active Pokemon is now asleep. So that's pretty scary here. We see an energy go down to the Malamar. Tierno, drawing 3 cards. Evital coming down. And, we stay asleep. That's not good at all. So we'll put a DC on this Regice here, and we will end our turn. Regice, wake up here, buddy. We got a Pokemon battle to do. What are you doing here? Alright. So he could Maximar here. It does 60 for each head. He flips for each energy. And that does knock out Regice. Oh, there's a DC as well. Oh, buddy. So this Regice might go down here. There's a Tyranno, drawing 3 more cards. Another Evital coming down. We've seen Evital X as well. And oh, it only does 60. All right. And oh, we wake up as well. All right. Great job, Regice. All right. We'll put a Water Energy on the Miltank. And here we'll just play Sycamore. All right. We'll put the other Regice down. And here we'll just Resistance Blizzard for 70. Now his Malamar cannot hurt us this turn because of Resistant Blizzard, which makes it where an EX Pokemon can't hurt you, as we said before. The only thing that's scary is he could touch a Dark Energy, we flip Tails, we stay asleep. But next turn, what we could do, if this Malamar stays in the active spot, we can AZ up this Vileplume, put it all back down, attach a Muscle Band, and never mind, that's only 90. I'm bad at math. Never mind, I didn't say that, don't worry. Alright, so there we see a Maximar for 0 damage because of the Resistance Blizzard here. Alright, great. So we put a DC on this bench Regice, and here we will just use Resistance Blizzard for 70. Alright, now this Evital could be something we could worry about here. He could smack it for 100 to our Regice. That could be a little bit scary here. There we see Faded Town come down. Doesn't really matter. We have Force of Giant Plants in our hand if we need to use it. Here we see an Evital come up, and he could use Oblivion Wing here for 30. It will bring us down to 30 HP left. Alright, so the question was, what do we do here? We could go for the first attack, bringing it down to 30, and if we flip heads, we could paralyze it. And then next turn, do AZ, pick up the Regice, the Vileplume, slap a Muscle Band, and actually knock out the Evital that way. That could be a cool play. So that's what we'll do here. We'll resist, Ice Beam. Trying to get heads, and oh, once again, I am bad at math. Why? Okay, never mind. We can Powerful Friends for a knockout. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We whiffed the Ice Beam, but that's okay. We still got the AZ to pick up the Vileplume, sit on the Miltank, attach a Muscle Band, and knock out the Evital this turn. Just silly math on my part. We see a Dark Energy going down to Evital. I'm not sure if that was Oblivion Winged or just attached. I think it was just attached for the turn here. So here, we'll sit with the Miltank. We'll AZ, pick it up, and then put down a Force of Giant Plant, put a Muscle Band here, Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume. Put a Water Energy in the Miltank so that way you can retreat it next turn and heal Powerful Friends for 100. Okay, we did the math right this time, so that's great. Alright, so Miltank taking a knockout on the Evital here. And now he could easily attach a DC, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, knock out the Miltank here. And if he does that, we can just print the Regice, start using Resistant Blizzard again, which is great for us here. So we haven't really seen much, just a couple Evitals and Faded Town. Here we see another Evital coming up. I'm kind of curious. Hex Maniac! Oh, that actually shuts down Vileplume. Alright, so we see Trainer's Mail for an Enhanced Hammer. He could use that to discard the DCE. There we see another Trainer's Mail here. And this is one of the downsides of the deck. If your opponent uses Hex Maniac and it constantly Verse Seekers for a Hex Maniac, he can actually make it up. But there he discards the Verse Seeker there and the Enhanced Hammer. Okay. Maybe he needs the Ultra Ball for something. There's an Evital. Okay. Okay, I don't doubt my opponent. He did a great play by playing the Hex Maniac. But if he Verse Seekered for the Hex Maniac, he can constantly just like Hex Maniac and never see another Ultra Ball, discarding another Verse Seeker. Okay. Maybe he needs Shaman here. Yep, there's Shaman. Maybe he doesn't have an energy for the turn. I mean, maybe that one card's really important, and that's why we haven't seen it. But, so the thing he messed up here, oh, I don't like the Pokemon allows to do this. He played Hex Maniac, so obviously this turn he can't use Shaman because he Hex Maniac. Okay, we can use Trainers our turn, so here we're going to Trainer's Mail. We'll grab the Lava Ball. I'm not really sure what we need. So here we're Lava Ball. We can grab the Oddish. Just kind of thin it out of our deck here. And here we'll just play Sycamore. We get another... We'll Trainer's Mail first. Just looking to see what we can grab. We can grab a Hex... Don't grab a Verse Seeker. Why do we need Hex Maniac? I'm not sure why I was thinking of that. Here with Trainer's Mail again. Grabbing a Birch. Here we'll Verse Seeker for another Birch or an AZ. We'll go with an AZ here so we can have 2 on our deck. Put down there the Vileplume. put a Regice down, put a water energy to it. And I think I'm just going to treat here and set up this Regice and just use Resistance Blizzard for 70. So if he does decide to somehow attack us with an Evital on the bench, I'm not sure how he could. It makes it where he can't do damage to it. And now if he does attack with his Evital here, it only does 30. So here we see Shaman drawing up to 6 cards here. Faded Town once again coming out. Not really worried about that, especially now that we have 2 Vileplumes down. There we see a Dark Energy going to Evital. Sycamore here, discarding his hand. But now if you notice, he doesn't have any more Pokemon on his bench, and he actually doesn't attack there. And there we see a Victor Screen, he kind of misclicked there. But you can kind of see the power of Vileplume there. It kind of one of the downsides with Hex Maniac, if you can constantly just Hex Maniac your opponent over and over again. Making it where you can't use Vileplume, you could be in trouble there. But we see that not come into a matter here, into a fact. It didn't factor into this game. There we go. So you see my opponent can see the game here. And these games are going to be really long because Regice only does 70 to 90 damage total. In my head, I thought it did 100. And I don't know why. Maybe if we would have touched that Muscle Band early, like AZ early, touched the Muscle Band, then use Ice Beam, that could have worked out. But I'm just silly and didn't do that correctly. But there we go. We'll see one more game with Regice here since that game wasn't that exciting. But these games aren't going to be very exciting. Once you get the Vileplume out, your opponent can't really do much except play a supporter and attach an energy per turn. So we'll see one more game with Regice, Vileplume, Miltank here in a second. Alrighty, so here we're playing against Watermelon Head, playing a Fighting Grass deck. We get to go first again. I guess luck is just on our side here. If I had this hand though. Alright, we'll start Shaman. It's not the best, but at least we can attach a DC to it and Sky Return. Here, put down the other Oddish. So there's a Lander, so you get a Forest, a Giant's Plant, Gloom, DCE here, Sycamore. Let's see what we get. Wow. Alright, so here we'll just end our turn. We whiffed an Ultra Ball, Trainer's Mail, everything. Oh my goodness. We have so many supporters in our hand here. At least we can Birch next turn. Alright, there we see a Tierno, drawing 3 cards. Now this Landers is weak to water, which is great for us. Makes it Regice can easily just one-shot it. There we see a Strong Energy going down to Landors. Here we see a Professor Letter. Grabbing 2 Fighting Energies, I imagine. There we go. There we see a Spinnerack. So if I had to take a guess, this is probably a Machamp Ariados deck that we featured last week. And also, he does get the turn 1 Ariados here because we do have the Force of Giant Plants out for him. There we see another Landorus coming down, and we see 20 damage because of the resistance from the Fighting Energy, or from Fighting Pokemon. So here, put down the Regice, put a DC on him, and we'll play Professor Birch here. Hopefully getting heads, and we do. Alright. Oh, okay. We didn't whiff it yet. We get Ultra Ball, discard Ultra Ball, and Hex Maniac. We'll grab the Vileplume, of course. What am I thinking? Put down the Regice. And once again, we're going to play the Shaman first to draw cards. And then... Okay, we don't have anything else to put down. Here, put the Vileplume down. And here, we'll just Sky Return for 30. And I'm just going to promote this Regice here. I don't think he can really knock us out this turn. If he does, that would be a really big shocker. Like, I'm like, whoa, he knocked us out here. I mean, the most he could do is 40 is what it seems like. 60 max if he attaches another Strong Energy to it. But there we see Ariados poisoning us here, which is kind of annoying. There we see a Fighting Energy go down to Landorus. Here we see Professor Birch's Observation flipping heads. Maybe he'll get him a Champ out this turn. But now there's no way he can... Okay, never mind. He's got Scorched Earth. I was like, there's no way he can discard Fighting Energy, but he can still use that. But he can't use Ultra Ball to actually search out the Pokemon, which is great for us. Alright. Oh, this is kind of bad. Okay, we're actually in a weird situation now. We'll put a Water Energy on the Regice. 1, 2, 3. Put down the Oddish. Here we'll Shaman, drawing up to 1 card. And here, I'm just going to Resistance Blizzard for the knockout. And what's going to happen here is he is going to take a knock on this next turn. He's going to do Sky Leery. If he doesn't miss the Fighting Energy, here we see Karina. So if he doesn't have a Fighting Energy in his hand, it's going to be great for us here. So let's hope he doesn't have a Fighting Energy. If he does, he'll just have to Shadow Power for 20. But okay, if he doesn't, I'm trying to think here. There's a Muscle Band. Not really worried about that as well, because he can't play that. But if he decides to go with Sky Lyrid here, he can't start pounding this Machamp here, so he's in a weird situation for sure. So there's a fighting going down to Landers, and there he decides to take a knockout. So here, I'm actually going to promote the Shaman. And I'm just going to attach a water energy to this guy, and we're just going to pass for the turn. Now, next turn, what we're going to do is put down the AZ, use the AZ, switch into Regice, put down Force of Giant's Plant, and redo the whole Vileplume line, which is great for us. Never see a Lysander bringing up a Regice here. No, don't be a bully. Don't do that. Alright, so we can see 90 damage to the... Oh, man. Alright, so both poison here. Okay. Oh, this is going to be difficult now. Okay, so 90 damage onto our Regice. He has 20 HP left. Alright. Oh, man. What do we do here? Huh. Alright. Let's think here. If we... Okay, I have a plan here. It might not work, but it's all I have right now. It's all we got. Here we're going to Ice Beam, and we're going to do 60 to him. Hopefully flip heads, and... Okay, we do. Okay, you might be like, Josh, why does that matter? Why does it matter that you just flipped heads here? Hear me out. What we're going to do now is we're going to do the Shaman play. And what I mean by that... Okay, that Machamp is getting powered up as well. It's kind of scary. But what I mean by that is we're going to constantly loop between Shamans. We're going to like set up the Shaman, attach a DC to it, Sky Return, put down another Shaman, Sky Return, put down another Shaman, and maybe that'll work out. I'm not sure. We for sure need to get another Regice out. So put a DC onto this guy. Here we're AZ, pick up the Vileplume, put down Force of Giant's Plant, Ultra Ball, discard the Lava Ball and Sycamore. Here we'll get another Regice. Put that down, put down Oddish, Gloom, here, Vileplume, okay, and here we'll just Sky Return for the knockout. Here we'll promote the Shaman. Huh. He's got a promote Pokemon. Okay, so there's Lander, so here's Shaman here. And we'll see what happens here. This is a weird situation. There's a fighting you're going to have Machamp, another Machamp coming down. Do we let him take the 2 prizes or not? It's my question right now. I mean, okay, he probably plays like 2 Landers, which is fair. I mean, they play 2 Landers. That's probably fair. So this Machamp's probably going to come knock us out for sure. So what I'm going to do is attach a DC to his Regice, and we're just going to Sycamore here. So we whiffed. Okay. So I put down a Miltank, and we'll just pass for our turn. Alright, okay. Alright. There's a Scorch Earth coming down. Not really worried about that too much. This is a definitely... Okay, so we see Machamp here. It's going to take a knock on this Shaman for sure. It's going to use Crazy Hammer for 80. Well, actually, it does... Okay, there's the poison. So now it will knock us out here. Okay. So there goes Shaman. Get knocked out here. My opponent takes 2 prize cards. We'll sit up the Regice here, and we need to hit a water energy so bad right now. And top decks are real. Alright, so here for... no, we're not going to Professor Birch here. Here we're just Resistance Blizzard for 70. And now this Machamp can't hit us. He can't use this Ariados, though, which might see a problem. They would see a fighting go down to Landorus. He could retreat, send that up. They would see another Spinner coming down. And they would see we're both poison here. And he can't constantly use Crazy Hammer to get rid of the poison. So yeah, that's what's going to happen there. He's going to get rid of the poison. Okay. 20, 40, 60. We'll attach a DC to his... How many DCs have we played? That's my next question here. Just one. Okay, so put a DC here. And we'll play Professor Birch again. I think... Oh, there we go. Crucial Heads. Oh, never mind. I lied. That's not great. Alright, so here we Resistance Blizzard for 70. And next turn we can knock out this Machamp here. The only problem is his Landers right here. What we need to draw into is a Lysander. If we can draw to a Lysander, we might be okay. We can Lysander up this Machamp before he gets any energies on it. Now, he will retreat and probably send his Landers and hit us for 20, 40, and then a 60, which leaves with 40 left. But then he has to, all of his energy is going to be gone. Let's see what he decides to do here. Does he retreat to landers and start using shadow power or not? Huh. Alright. Alright. Let's think about this. Let's think about this. There's a Karina. I'm not really worried about that too much. There's another landers coming down. Okay. Man, I did not think I'd be struggling with this deck, but the combination of Ariados is pretty... just that 10 damage over and over again is what's kind of messing us up here. Alright. So here we're going to AZ. Pick up the Vileplume. Alright, so here put a Trainer's Mail. Grabbing the Birch. Here we use Trainer's Mail again. We're looking for a Lysander. There's not a Lysander in discard, probably, is there? A Team Flare Gun? That might work. Okay, wait, where am I going? Where am I going? Okay, yeah, we'll grab Verse Seeker here. Seems fine. Get the Verse Seeker. Grab a Team Flare Grunt. Regice has a 3 retreat cost, and this Landers could just one-shot his next turn. Alright, so you put down the Oddish, Gloom, Muscle Band, this Miltank here, put a Vileplume down, put a Gloom down, and yeah, we'll resist the Blizzard for the knockout, taking 2 prize cards. We need to get a Lysander. Okay, that's not a Lysander. Alright, if we get a Lysander here, okay, wait, Ariados promotes active, okay. That's interesting, for sure. Maybe he doesn't have the fighting. Did you ever see a Hex Maniac shutting down all of our Vileplume? They ever see a Muscle Bait going down to the Landers. You ever see a Level Ball? Oh, buddy, another Spinner coming down. Okay. Oh, stuff just got real right now. It just got really real. Alright. Let's see another Professor Letter here. So he's going to get a Fighting Energy here. The question is, does he have a Switch in his hand? There's a Fighting Energy to that guy. Does he have the Switch? There's a Verse Seeker. Okay, I'm not really worried. Wait, does he? Has he? Oh, he had to play Hex Maniac this turn, so we're not really worried about that. Is he going to Verse Seeker for Hex Maniac? Okay, so Hex Maniac here, which is great. Probably Verse Seeker for another Hex Maniac, which I'm fine. Oh, another Lysander. Okay. That changes things up for sure. All right, so see, pass my opponent here. Okay. We get another Regice. Oh my goodness, this Regice might save us a game here. Put down Vileplume, Water Energy onto the Regice here. We'll play down the other Oddish, Professor Birch here. Let's see what we get. Heads, alright. Alright, so we're good here. We're going to resist the Blizzard for the knockout. Take a price card. He can promote this Landers here, but we have a DC in hand to knock out this Landers here. Oh my goodness. Oh man, I probably made so many misplays this game, but it looks like we have things wrapped up here. There's no way he can knock out this Regice and this Regice. There we see a Fighting Energy go down to Machamp here, which I'm not really worried about. We have the Lysander as well, so if he does like manually retreat into Machamp, we can just Lysander up anything, and take a knockout on it. All right. Woo! This game was really close here. Too close for sure. Probably made a couple misplays, but you know, once again, you just see the power of Vileplume. You know, you shut down all their item cards here. Even with Scorched Earth, it wasn't enough to overcome the Regice Vileplume deck. And you can see how this deck did perform well at regionals. You know, it did get top 8. And it was crazy because, you know, it's expanded. But he played an all-standard deck, which nobody really thought that somebody would do. They received Karina, so no Hex Maniac this turn. They received Machamp coming down. Wonder what he's trying to decide what to do here. Like I said, his only real option right now is to promote this Machamp. If he doesn't promote this champ, we just win. He probably doesn't know we have a DC in hand. We do have like one. We have 3 in play. 1, and then 2, 3. Okay. They receive Muscle Band. Not really worried about that at all. But even if he promotes the Machamp here, we'll just resist the Blizzard for a knockout. So they receive the Lander. Second knockout here. We'll sit at the Regice here. Slap a DC on it, and then here we resist the Blizzard for the knockout there. Very, very close game there, but we see Regice, Miltank, Vileplume take a win there. Most part is just Regice, Vileplume. Miltank's just there just for the 1 energy attacker. It's good against Aegislash for sure. If you play against Aegislash, you just kind of have to use Miltank because it just takes a water energy, while Regice needs a DC and a water. So there we go. Squeak out a win there. You know, I'll kind of cheat there. Squeak out, squeaky, you know, whatever. But hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something new about Regice, Vileplume, Miltank. And like I said earlier, this is probably not a main deck. It's like definitely in a weird situation right now. It did top 8 at regionals, so people are looking at it for sure. But it did lose the first round of regionals. People are like kind of not taking it serious, but it's definitely a serious deck to consider. And like I said before, also Brandon Smiley also made top 8 with another Vileplume deck, but his was I think like Vileplume, Miltank, Ada/Mewtwo. Little bit different there. I think Brandon played like an A-Spec and other stuff like Pokemon Communication, but I mean, there's a reason why, you know, he made top 8 with his deck, and there you go. Feel bad because I can't remember his name right now at this right now on the top of my head, but shout out to him. I know at the beginning I said his name, and I apologize for not remembering his name. But hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something new about this deck. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We are so close to 3,000 subscribers, and thank you so much for all your support. Have a great Tuesday, even though this is main deck Monday. Alrighty, bye.